I'm gonna give it a second for it to come up. Um, we could. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Yeah, there you go.
Everybody, drop your buffs. We are switching tribes.
And my stream's muted. Okay. Hello, guys. Drop your buffs. Welcome to Swap Screwed. Are you a big fan of the Frontier? I'm just asking because episode 5 of Minecraft Survive the Frontier just premiered. We are right hot off the tail of the premiere. So in a moment, I think we're going to go to our Swap Screwed VC and hash it out. We got a bunch of people coming into the chat. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to set this green screen behind me, but I'm a little busy. So we're going to set up this green screen real quick. I'm going to get it working, and hopefully in like a few seconds. And then we're going to go and, talk about it. It's fine. We don't need the green screen. I'll just move it. Kind of big. I don't know how to not move it. Whatever. That will get the job done. Okay. So let me see. There should be a filter I can use. Window. I know he's not here for very long. Filters. Man. Okay. You know what? This will work for now, and I will set it up in a second. But hello, guys. All of you can unmute real quick and say hello. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, you know me, chat.
Larry Spick is my favorite player.
I hate Larry Spick. He's my least favorite player.
Is this how it works? Why is it so messed up? Whatever. Okay. So, welcome. Oh, because I need to do this and pop this out. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then Discord. Will that work? Okay. But hello, guys. Welcome to Swap Screwed. There we go. Now it's working. And episode 5 just premiered. I'm here joined by a few production members, a few fans, and some castaways. We got from the cast, we got Spotters, Chip, Aries, Wyatt, and Skyfire. And then we got some good friends in production who are here to give their thoughts. But the first person I'm going to go to, one who was talking their heart out in the live chat, chillin' cool. I have got to ask, what do you think of this episode? First thoughts after watching it.
No wonder you told me you had to reset. You said you had to reset post challenge talk so many times. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this
if you were in the premiere chat, you could, or even if it's still active, you could see how much I was going back and forth at that tribal.
Mm-hmm. And
during tribal talk, I was pretty confident that was yours, and it ended up being right. But tribal just made me go completely.
Yeah. So what I will say, because this episode, holy cow, it was a lot. Mainly from not only this is like I think the most cameras we have filming. This is the most people we have, largest like attendees. So this tribal like was a lot. And I guess the first thing I'll like talk about, I had to like re-edit this 5 times because talk time's 20 minutes. That's the length of talk time this episode. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, this is really long, really pointless. It's like, what am I doing? Especially after the results of Tribal, which we'll get into later. But my phone's ringing. Okay. Sorry. But it felt really counterproductive to edit talk time and then just have everything get thrown out the window at Tribal Council. Thank you, Wyatt, for that. But yeah, talk time was crazy. Tribal was crazy, but overall, I think despite it being really long, I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I was able to sit through it, watch it all. I didn't really lose attention. It was, it was always moving. So that's the biggest thing I'm happy about. Chill and cool. Earlier today, you were very confident that, so for context, spoilers if you haven't watched it yet, but we merged this episode. This is the merge episode, and we merged at final 11. And there were a bunch of people, I asked this earlier, like, okay, merge is probably going to happen at 10, maybe 9, but I did an early merge at 11. So Chill and Cool, I'll ask you first. What do you think was the right call? Early merge? Were you a fan of it?
Yes, absolutely. Because I'm a sucker for big merges. I think 11 is the ideal time to merge. Like for seasons with 18 people or less, 11 is the ideal time to merge because you have enough time to like get really used to everything. Enough time to like there's enough time for easy votes and there's enough time for a crazy merge vote.
That will do it. That will do it. And this is the time where, like, if you want to ask questions in chat, if you want to, comment stuff or ask me, this is the time because I'll be sharing some, I guess, like pre or post production stuff. We were constructing the season, and FD was the person I was really talking to. Sometimes Del, sometimes Lewis, and I sort of hit him like, I'm thinking we should merge at 11, and he was like, no, we gotta merge at 10. The whole inspiration of this is Frontier, new people. This is mimicking Borneo, seeing if we can recreate that sort of feeling of getting a bunch of new people, just like Borneo did. It was like a big, like, I guess, gamble.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, this is not Borneo. Not even close.
Yeah, because, I think the biggest thing is that we have a lot of game players this season. There's a bunch of strategy talk. But the main reason why I settled for 11, and one, I like the bigger merge. I think it, I wanted the time because in my opinion, there's the crazy first vote offs of just, hey, listen, survive the merge. There is the mid game of, okay, should we make big moves? How do I set myself up? And then there's end game. And so I want to give a little bit more room for this crazy merge, especially because these are all new people and they all got to get to know each other. But another reason why is what happens at Final 10. I cannot talk about that, but it gets teased at the end of the episode. I don't know if you guys have guesses on what happens. If you do, feel free to comment them. But the main reason is that I wanted to have a tribal before what the castaways are about to do. And
okay, you're just saying giving away. It's a double elimination at this point.
Hey, I could be given away. I could not. I'm not going to confirm or deny it. But okay. I wanted to have one tribal before I do the following events. And so that's the main reason why we merged at 11. Speaking of that, speaking of, I guess, like merge, tribes merge. Did you, Chill and Cool, as soon as the tribes merged, did your ideal target shift? Did your ideal target change?
Yes, I immediately dropped Wishmute as my target. I immediately dropped Wishmute.
Who did it shift to then?
Skyfire if he lost immunity, because I had a feeling that like after something happened in 45 episode 10 that he would potentially misuse that idol, and after he won immunity, the first thing was Yorda's, and that's what I stuck with.
Okay. And I mean, I guess we can start asking.
Right.
You did end up being right, but it was not in the live chat. You were going back and forth. You were like, oh no, it's like you literally said that, that out of all the targets,
Yours is least likely.
Least likely, and then boom. So, I guess I'll talk about this too. Without revealing too much, Castaways, did you enjoy merging at Final 11, or do you wish you had one more round in this like
You reveal as much as you want.
No, I don't want because I don't want to reveal like what happens final 10 or 9.
Okay. Got it.
How did you guys enjoy the pre-merge, I'll say? Because the pre-merge we can talk fully about. It's been out. Castaways, if anyone wants to go first, what are your thoughts? Did you like merging at 11, or do you wish we did it at 10? From a player's perspective.
I love that
I can't turn on my camera. Oh wow.
Oh, you can't turn on your camera?
I cannot turn on my camera.
That's weird.
Yeah.
They can do it in this chat.
Okay. My bad.
Good go.
I'll do that. Okay, see you, Chunkle. Okay. Give me a second and I will edit permissions.
I'm gonna see.
Don't worry, we might go blonde if Barry's turned on his camera.
It was kind of chaotic, but I think it was good.
I'm just very happy that Baxi had a walk, so there's no tribe swap. That's what I'm most thankful for.
Coming to you live
gosh.
from my apartment. That is right, everyone. So coming in, merging at 11 was it was very chaotic. I was saying in the episode how I was like talking to frogs and stuff, and I was losing track of things. There were so many things to take note of. You'll hear in the episode that like I was typing away on my keyboard. That wasn't really me messaging people. That was me taking notes in a notepad. Like it's a lot to keep track of at 11. So at the moment, you're thinking, God, why do I have to like play so much catch up? But at the end of the day, I think it produced a really good vote off and a really good episode. I commend the editing here, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because we did a pre-screening like last night. Like I think like exactly 24 hours ago, pretty much. We sat down. Aries was able to watch it. Wyatt was able to watch it. Pi, Chip was able to see a glimpse of it. Wishmute saw it. And they were shocked. They were, we all knew what happened going into this round, but it's a new experience seeing it, edited with music and with like everything.
Yeah, I was not able to catch the pre-screening. And something funny is that obviously living the experience, that Ortiz is going to get voted out. But I maybe it's a false memory. I remembered myself voting Ortiz and was quite surprised to find out that it was actually Wumni. It's just a false memory because I'm like, yeah, I think like I was the only vote that mattered this game or this round. And no, it turns out no, it wasn't.
But didn't Matt just go home?
Pi, you might want to refresh YouTube.
Yeah. Wait, Joe, are you and Pi are together?
Oh, wrong
Like
episode.
that?
My bad.
I don't know what you're talking about. What I will say though, in case unless anyone else wants to talk, Wyatt did mention. I'm glad Baxi didn't have to go because I'm glad Baxi didn't want to have to. I'm glad Baxi walked so we didn't have a swap. That's something I can say now because it's been out or pre-merge is done. We did have an intended swap, but how we did it is we said, hey, listen, I want to do a swap, but for the purpose of entertainment and to keep it like interesting and fresh, and mainly to prevent a sort of pagonging happening at merge if the tribes have a major deficit. So what we said, hey, listen, we're going to do a swap at 14. Only if one tribe loses 2 members twice. If blue tribe won, then green tribe won, we wouldn't have done a swap at 14. That was like our ruling. If a tribe is down by 2, we'll do a swap. And technically that's what happens. However, Baxi walks at the challenge right before we're going to do it. I think like we explained the comp and then he dips and I'm like, oh yeah, crap, he's gone. So I really couldn't like, okay guys, come on back, drop your buffs. And especially because the founders haven't really, they haven't had a lot of time to connect yet, to where we just said, okay, whatever, we're gonna ditch the swap. We'll just continue. Hopefully things turn out right. And I'm sad to see some of the pre-merge boots go, because I think both.
We all know Matt was your favorite.
What gave it away? But no, Kane maybe not. But Matt and C Dude, no, Matt and C Dude's boots, I think in the pre-merge are very like circumstance. Where like I think these are like 1 in 10 reasons for boots happening. Like Matt with Spotters hiding the information that he's the caller, with him bluffing the idol, but then Skyfire revealing that the idol's actually in his possession, to Chip and Skyfire not going after each other this round. It was very like, I think if it happens again and we run it again, there's a chance where Matt, I could see him being a target still, but I think some votes would have 100% gone on Skyfire.
I just kind of want to add, if I got like 5 more minutes, I might have swapped my vote in the Cause Rocks. Like I was thinking about it a lot.
I don't know if you want to shed your light on this, but funny enough, I talked to Aries about this, and he was like, "Oh, thinking about that. It's really one of the biggest what ifs of the season is if Aries, I guess, goes to Rocks for Matt, because one, we don't even know if the Rocks stay." Because I don't like, would Justin go to Rocks for Matt, or like if Aries backs out, would Justin back out too? Because Aries, correct me if I'm wrong, but the main thing we wanted to do is try to get this idol out of Skyfire's hands. So,
well, one of the things I thought about, and you'll actually like, I people might say I'm crazy for this, but I want to extort Skyfire. Like I really wanted to do this. I was like, okay, I was gonna vote for Chip, and then I was going to basically say, Skyfire, if you didn't give me the idol, I'm gonna basically force your hand at Rocks, and you have a 1 in 4 chance of going home, right? I thought about that, and I was like, that's a little crazy, even for me, my standards, right? There are so many things to think about in that scenario, because basically you have a 1 in 4 chance of going home, but you also have someone like, let's say I did the rock draw, and, maybe like someone like Justin went home instead, and it's me and Matt. Well, I'm in a much worse position come the merge, because, I pissed off this power group of 3, which was Spotters, and Spotters did a very good job of like keeping Chip and Skyfire together and basically getting control of the entire tribe, right? Like
I was gonna say you weren't going to vote out, or you weren't going to go to Rocks after the expertisely crafted reasoning that I gave you in the episode. Just saying.
I know. Like, I mean, it's also like, I guess it's also kind of Spotters too. Like Spotters kept me a little bit grounded that episode, which was very impressive, actually, to be honest. Like from his like standpoint, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
The true Aries counter.
Like the social game is crazy. The social macro is incredible. So, I can't really hate on that. But also like, with different universes and stuff like that, I kind of talked about it. I left like a comment on YouTube and stuff, just about like, and we also went through like the theories of what would happen of like each pathway would go down. Now, obviously, I can't say what would have happened, but it's a lot to think about. Like there's 5 different paths at that exact vote, and I felt like my best option at that point was, okay, I'm just going to risk it. Like I know I'm kind of on the bottom of this 4 or 5 person alliance, but I'm gonna try my best to go into the merge, see what can happen, see what chaos can occur, right? And I'm going to go in with the least amount of people pissed at me. Like maybe Justin was going to be pissed at me, like you saw the episode, but you know what? Like honestly, Justin could do whatever he wants. He has no power, he has no say. While Spotters, has a lot more say, in the group. You know what I kind of mean by that. So I kind of kept my options open.
And since we're on the topic, can I just take a moment here to sing some praise here? Now, I know a lot of the discussion around the season as it's airing is around the bigger names or the bigger players like myself or Aries, not to like toot any horns here. But can we just appreciate how standout of a character Justin has developed into in these last couple of episodes? I'll tell you, playing the season, I had no clue that he was dissing us this hard in the confessionals, and it's hilarious. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. I don't know if you could, figure out while playing this season. Matt and Justin weren't the biggest fans of Pioneers, not only because they were in the minority, but they were...
Which, as a viewer, is a crazy concept.
Yeah, but watching the raw footage and having to edit, there's so many times when either Matt or Justin are trying to like comment or be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that game, or like, oh no, I love that character, to try and integrate themselves in like any conversation. And the four people in the car, they take turns shutting them down, not like on purpose, of course, but just like other stuff happens and just I don't know, just it didn't work out for them. But Justin, I want to highlight this too, because Justin on top, like, he's a great character, he has a great personality, but if you threw 16 Justins on a season, Justin might blend in. But the great thing about this season, especially on the Pioneers tribe, is that there are a lot of, I think all five of you are different characters in your own right. You each have your own things going, to where each one of you seems like a breath of fresh air. So, yes, we casted you, but you're the ones who are, saying this to the camera. You're the ones who are giving us this. And so I'm kind of grateful Justin was on the bottom, because we got some great confessionals from him from the Pioneer tribe. He was furious.
Well, have you
Justin's a
watched
very
the recent?
entertaining player when playing from the bottom.
Have you watched the recent Galaxy Wolf season? By the way, like, there's a lot of people on that season that I would concur that are like very much like zero personality, like Bale, for instance, right? Every time I hear Bale
You don't
talk,
say.
and,
I
like,
had the experience of playing with them.
yeah, like I
Same
know that
here,
Spothers
keep
and
it brief.
Skyfire were on the season. By the way, I think they were good parts of the season. Like, I actually cared when they like talked and stuff, which is good. I do appreciate. And also
Sky
I
was
think
there
JoMaH
too.
was on. Yeah, Sky was there too, and Wyatt was there too. I think for like a little bit, but then I think he like broke his ankle or something. But,
Yeah. The thing, if I stayed that season, the season would have been saved.
I
but there's so
literally-
many times I see like a Schwump or something, like some like Caching dubbed it like the white nerd stereotype, that type of thing, where
It's
it's like
like-
so many
it's
people
like-
blend together.
It's like Drew from this season. If you put 16 Drews on Survivor 45, you would
you get a
get
Minecraft
tired of it.
Survivor.
And you
got-
get a
yeah,
Minecraft
exactly.
Survivor. And so, I'm not saying that, like, I'm not trying to diss on people, but you could build the great season. At the end of the day, your cast matters. Like, Frontier could be the worst season if these castaways did not deliver. If I casted other people. So it's one thing to make the cast; it's another thing for the cast themselves to deliver in content. And given this first merge tribal, I think they're definitely doing that. But
And
before
just
continue.
yeah, I was gonna say, to spread the love even more, let's talk about some other originals or first timers. Like we've talked about Matt, but like Wumni, and which, by the way, I'm just now pronouncing her name correctly, and Finola have been delights to watch this
Oh my
entire
gosh.
time.
Yeah, and this is a great segue to the founders, because this is C-Dude's first recorded too. C-Dude's been here for
Never
I
would've
think a few
thought.
years, but this is C-Dude's first appearance on like a Minecraft Survivor, and I'm really grateful we got the chance. I'm sorry that I got blindsided by someone here. I don't know who, but I want to highlight this part too, because okay, Wyatt, I don't know if you want to comment. Why, run me back through why did C-Dude have to pay the price for you wanting to go crazy?
I felt like it.
Womp
Okay.
womp.
That's
So-
crazy.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes.
It really is, and it's
You know, I
C-Dude's
wonder if
boot
my camera works.
and the motivation. Oh, I don't have
Oh
it.
my god, no, it doesn't.
Nope.
Skyfire
it's-
is now a barcode.
It says it
It
just
does
said
not
like
work.
had like the red X on it. But C-Dude's boot is also circumstantial, where Wyatt's looking for the idol. Wishboot's with him. Wyatt gets into the hole. Wishboot does not. And Pi gets this second glimpse, just like a second of a glimpse. Sees Wyatt does not see Wyatt. Wyatt is like in the hole, gone, is mining for the idol. Wishboot is there. And so he thinks Wishboot has the idol. He goes around and says this. And then when Tribal goes around, or when Tribal happens, everyone thinks Wishboot has the idol. So they split the votes. And because of this paranoia, Wyatt gets his opportunity to take this shot at C-Dude and blindsides. And it's really crazy, because just the circumstance, and if we ran back the Founders tribe, C-Dude might not go here, someone else might go, other people might connect to where I'm not
It
saying
really
this feels like a
was-
brand steal, but this is like a very like variable season where a bunch of things can change.
And on Wyatt's part, like you would expect, speaking of characters, you would expect him to be a little bit more insufferable than he is on camera. Like he's really doing a good job. And the move against Sea-Dude was really an amazing, just what ultimately is a grab of opportunity at the end of the day. And you can retell and we can rewatch and relive that Founder's Idol story however many times, but I am still never going to fully understand it. There are too many moving parts there.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about how bad this episode was for Wyatt, though, because like let me be very clear.
Yep.
And by the way, no spoilers or whatever, but basically going off
Wyatt-
of everything we had on this
Wyatt-
episode, Wyatt loses an idol. I mean, I guess he saves Finola, right? But he loses Yortes, someone that he worked very hard to keep in
and
the
that
last
he just
episode.
saved. He just saved. Episode 4, like Wyatt, you're gonna get put on blast here. Episode 4, Wyatt has like move of the episode, saves Yorties and Wishmute, betrays Pi, Finola, Woomy, Sea-Dude if you count him. He's out of the game, so it doesn't matter. And next round, this episode, Wyatt gives the idol to Finola, and because of that, incidentally sends Yortis home with 1 vote. Wyatt, without revealing what happens in these next few vote-offs, what was your thought process? I want to let you... How did this talk time go for you? Because you wanted spotters out. You never got the chance. So you did
Can
that tribal.
Can you tell that to me while I'm here?
Yeah. Wyatt, walk me through, walk me through it. Come on.
So just preface this. It was like a year ago, so my memory might be a little bit hazy. But so how this goes is, I mostly hear Yortis. First off, big name I'm hearing first, and then it goes into Finola, but then back to Yortis. But I'm like, okay, it's getting closer to tribal. Nighttime hits. I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I gonna do here? Because I don't really want any of the guys to go home. I wanted to mend my relationship with Finola, and Yortis was my boy, along with Wishmute. So I go up to Finola. I'm just like, yo, I already know what's happening. It's on an episode. I was like, yo, I don't even think Spotter was the main person throwing out Finola's name. I just said it just
No, he
because I wanted
didn't. And I
Spotters
will
out.
thank-
Evolution.
And
It's
I will
crazy.
thank Joe for giving me some plausible deniability here. That it does say like, oh, I didn't care what it was as long as it was an original founder that I didn't talk to.
But yeah, so...
I just made it up.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no, there it is. Like you are really good at seizing opportunity. Anyway, let's continue.
Wyatt, continue. You tell Finola that her name's out there and that Spotters is the one pushing it.
Mm-hmm. And like the reason I chose Spotters is because I don't think I had like a single conversation with Spotters that like whole round. And whenever I don't talk to someone, I'm just like, yo, immediate disconnect. So like I just wanted to keep all my I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted I didn't talk to Spotters at all. And like I also didn't talk with like Chipster either that much, but it's like I didn't really see that much point of getting rid of Chipster. I kind of felt like I felt like if Chipster was on the jury first, they'd be an immediate like fucking, and I never got the chance to connect with them. I'd have like immediate 1 vote against me. Whereas his Spotters, I felt like he'd be more willing to like respect the move I did. And also I saw Spotters as like at the top of the power structure in that tribe because he had because I feel like I know Justin got burned, and if I felt as if there was anyone Justin would be willing to connect to, it'd be Spotters. I kind of saw like Spotters, Chipster, and Skyfire as like a trio. Didn't really know where Ares was at in that, but
Yeah, it's
Kinda
honestly
somewhere,
somewhere
like,
elimination.
Out there.
Justin gets burned. You talk with Ares. Skyfire is safe. The other options are Chip and Spotters. Chip's name is already out there technically, but you say it yourself that you really don't see Chip as a threat. So it leaves Spotters. So I commend the attempt. That's what I will say.
I can't just sit still,
It was
bro,
a
'cause,
lot
like,
of a last minute idea, and I'm surprised that it got as much ground as it did. And let me tell you, even though I knew how this episode was going to end because I was there, even as a viewer, I was thinking, oh god, like Wyatt lying to Chip saying he voted her it's gonna work. It didn't, but I feel like that was an amazing last ditch effort. Very entertaining.
It almost did. And
like the thing is, like, I can never sit still, bro. Like, whenever I want something to happen, I'm just gonna fucking go all in for it. So, like, after I get Finola the idol, I wanted to try my best to, like, just keep saying Finola's name just to, like, guarantee it being successful. And like even if the idol play like didn't work out and Spiders got more votes, I just like just in case of like idol backfiring, she ends up like keeping the idol for some reason. Just like I didn't want that to like
So
come
you
at
wanted
my
to
ass.
flush your own idol?
I have my own genius.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, I honestly think merge is the most important vote like ever because that's where all the cards are like on the table, right? That's where the game is most fluid, most like valuable. Who the hell is this imposter Aries take, bro?
Hello, Israelia. Welcome to the.
Israelia.
Oh
welcome to
my
the live.
god.
What's up,
Engineers
Jackie?
are us. But anyway, you know, basically like it was just so shocking to see because you know, merge is the most malleable you're ever going to get. That's where people are meeting you for the first time. That's when you know you're making your first impressions, right? And if you can get a good merge round, it's very possible you could snowball that into a victory, right? Survivor's a very snowbally game. I mean, first you got to survive the pre-merge, right? But then you gotta like get to the end and you got to snowball and you got to get your people, right? Because the game is oftentimes won at like final eight, right? So I can commend Wyatt for at least like attempting to do that and attempting to seize power and stuff. Because imagine if Yortez and Wishmute survive this round, they are guaranteed Wyatt goats. I mean, granted, they probably get picked off later because they can't really socialize. Sorry, Yortez, you know, I tried my best to talk to you, but like as Father said in the episode, you know, it was I don't know, kind
And
of
you said
difficult.
yourself
But
too.
Yeah,
You
and-
really wanted Wishmute as an ally here. So
Wishmute had the basic, the very low bar of talking to me, so I did
Yeah.
appreciate that, you know.
And Aries, I like what you, I like your analytical point of view here, saying that like that merge is the round where you want to do good on. But we've seen possibly one of the messiest merges in a recorded this year, if not these past couple of years. Just now, like who do you think, of course, without spoilers, like even had a good merge? I can't really
without
think
a
of
doubt,
Oh
anyone.
my
without a doubt,
gosh.
Wumi did.
that's the only
it
one I
is-
think. That's the only one I think. I'm gonna,
Wumi got her perfect target out. I think that it wasn't very good for Skyfire. I think, to be honest, it would have been better for Skyfire to keep the idol. Like, just as like someone that's analyzing the game, you know, because you know the way that Skyfire is going to play, he won the first immunity. He could be looked at as a threat.
I think he
Was it-
definitely was a target based off just Fanola wanting Fanola put a bounty on Skyfire's
It was
side.
Chip's optimal target though.
be fair,
Maybe it
everyone
benefited
wanted
Chip
me
too.
gone.
I don't know.
What do you say, Skyfire?
Like-
I didn't catch that.
Everyone wanted me gone for
Well,
like,
true.
personal reasons, anyways.
Yeah, it was different reasons, but to highlight this, like, you know, who like merge, I guess in recorded wise, like your typical winner has a good merge episode. I don't know if like Wumi is considered the one who had like the best merge episode. Even still, I don't know if Wumi had a
If
good
that
merge
was
episode.
the best merge,
I don't know
player.
if Wumi had a good episode because most of the time you look at your winner contender as someone who you know has a good pre-merge performance, you know has a decent pre-merge presence, had a decent pre-merge performance, was you know sort of in control pre-merge. Merge hits, they are pretty social. They're respected, but they're not a threat. And you know their name's not out there. They're not a target yet. Hit the merge running. Listing those things, not a single castaway on the season fits all three of those quotas. Good pre-merge, probable character in the merge, not a target yet. There's everyone's name is out there, and I think that's what's going to make this season really.
Oh, you know what?
interesting to
I do think
watch.
it was good for Justin as well. I think Justin had a great episode this time because he basically got everything he wanted. He got the SWAT or the merge or whatever, right? He got someone out that he kind of wasn't working with, even though no one from his original tribe went home. Like, there's a very good chance that he could swap like very next episode. The numbers are there for him to swap, you know. But
At the same time, though, he does vote with Pioneers, which is why I'm a little hesitant on like, did Justin have a good merge presence? But you know, I'm a host. So
it was better than like most people because like
yeah,
I mean consider
honestly-
my position, you know, like I literally sacrificed. I'm just speaking on social capital, right? I sacrificed a lot of social capital because the entire round, I think Finola was talking to me, and Finola was like, "Listen, we're gonna vote for this person. We're gonna vote for Spothers," and me shouting "Save Spothers, save Spothers." That literally like burned like 3 people just for me doing that, you know.
yeah, that was a very out there play that I didn't expect watching or even being there. I did not expect
Yeah,
that.
it was merge was definitely chaotic, and oh my gosh, because there were a bunch of whispers at Tribal that did not make the full cut, whether it be because I did not have them or I didn't see them as important. Some of the big ones that did not get mentioned was Finola.
Thank you for getting my bruh in there, by the way.
Yeah, the bro was good. Some of them were Finola messaging Aries that the vote is now spotters because they talked earlier, which is sort of what also ticks off Aries as they're changing the vote to you. Woomy messages
I was
spotters.
furious.
Woomy messages spotters late in the voting saying, "Hey, your name's out there. However, I think we should still go with Yortis." To where Woomy's vote of Woomy doesn't vote incorrect. Like Woomy voted Yortis on purpose. That's what I want to highlight here. That she isn't clueless. She isn't just like random voting. She still wanted to attempt to get the numbers back onto Yortis because she had a good connection with spotters. Finola is arguably her number one, and right now they're bashing heads at tribal. So it's a lot of people were sort of forced to pick a side this episode, and some people were able to do it, and some people weren't. Cough cough Wyatt.
Yeah, and for a while there, even Chill and Cool was feeling it that like Yortis kind of just fell out of the picture until the vote swap.
Yortis almost
but
skated
the
by.
vote change happened, and then Woomney was like, "What the hell are we doing all this dancing for? It should be Yortis."
Yeah. Yortis. And the thing is, and when I realized this, if Wyatt never gives the idol to Finola, Finola doesn't play the idol. I don't think Skyfire plays it then, because the main reason
absolutely not.
why you message Skyfire, why Skyfire feels like he needs to play the idol, is because Finola has already played the idol on herself. So no idols get played then. It's 5-5, and I know Woomy made a good connection with spotters this round. I don't see a world where Woomy votes out Finola over spotters. Maybe Yortis or Wish.
No, I honestly think spotter stays. Because Finola
What?
and Woomy kind of didn't trust
No.
each other. No.
I mean,
Here-
Finola, and the only evidence I can think of in your point, Aries, is that they didn't vote the same way. But I'm willing to hear you here.
But there were like a couple confessionals where it was like Woomy's like, I think Finola lied to me. I think Finola and you had a
guess,
very
yeah.
good round with her. So
yeah,
it's
I
literally
guess.
like anyone's guess, you know? I don't really
Oh
know,
gosh,
but
I was certain on that, but now that you say that, Woomy, because of the seeded round, she was very skeptical of everyone. It gave her like a strategic reset on like who to approach. So, gosh, okay.
So I will say though, when I gave the idol to Finola, it was my I was at first just gonna make it like me, Finola, and Woomy voting fucking spotters, since like at the time I kind of felt as if like Yortis and like I talked to Wish Me and Yortis about it, and like when I did, they were kind of like hell bent on still voting Finola, so it's like fuck it. But then like I guess as travel went on there, like, I got him to change, and like other people got him changed too. So
I was shocked actually because I talked to Wishme, and Wishme that entire round was telling me like, okay, we're gonna vote for Finola, and then afterwards I'm like, hey, I heard the vote change. And he's like, sorry, I like Finola a little bit better than you or something. He said something along those lines, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And that was like Stockholm syndrome immediately.
Ladies and
Like
gentlemen,
classic Wishy. We love
Frontier.
I was
okay,
utterly shocked. I was like, what the hell are you talking about, Wishme? And that's when I went to full defense mode and I went to like fight or flight. I was like,
I know
dude, something
Travel's
is
pretty
wrong.
insane, but something I do want to talk about though, as you guys as players, is I want you guys to give. Let's dive back to pre-merge, or let's segue into challenges first. Merge challenge, pre-merge challenges. I want to really know your guys' opinion as players. How was the pre-merge for you guys? Because I don't want to have you guys slip up or say anything about merge. So, how was pre-merge? Did you guys enjoy it? I know Spotters commented on it, but how was the pre-merge
It was
experience?
stressful, man. Like I had the most stressful time. Not even because like I dislike my tribe. I actually like. I think out of any recorded that I've played, the Pioneers is my favorite because it just there's so many cool
iconic,
people.
really.
Dude, it's really iconic. Like actually, I actually remember most of the people from the Pioneers. I can name every single person in the Pioneers. Like I can actually do it right now. Me, Mia, Spothers, Matt, Justin, Skyfire, Chip, Baxi, right? I can name every single person from this season, right? I can't name every single person from like, I don't know, Channel Muds or something, I mean, I love Channel Muds, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't remember
you
those
better
people.
calm your tits, babe.
I don't remember those people. That's all I'm gonna say. But here's the thing,
Okay.
right? Like, the thing is, like, dude, it was very stressful for me as a player because I kind of got the feeling that, because of the character I kind of wanted to put on, right? I was rubbing people the wrong way, right? So it was like working up. Like when you play from an advantage point, I guess it's fun. Like if for Swathers, he got to run the sushi bar, he got to do whatever he wanted, So Listen, he got
Hey,
out
what
scot
vantage
free.
point was I on?
I mean, like, because
Yeah, you're
here's the
right.
thing, right? Yeah. You know, you basically like
It's Ninu! Oh,
got
no,
control of the
By
tribe and
by
stuff.
the way,
Who the
Aries,
hell
when
is?
you're done, I would also like to say some things when you're done.
Oh
before I
yeah, of
forget.
course. But you know, I ended up working with like I had a crucial conversation with Chip and I think Skyfire to some extent or whatever, where it integrated me into the tribe and I was able to kind of like ride that out until merge. And it was kind of stressful because I was like, if I mess up once, I'm gone. Like, you know, I feel like there was a lot less leeway for me. And I feel like Justin didn't take advantage of that. Like he didn't really socialize with the tribe as much like as I tried to, and I tried to integrate myself and I tried to make conversations happen. So, you know, there was definitely like a barrier there, but you know, those who go to water and drink it, right? The horses or whatever the fucking saying is, you know.
You can
Those who
feed
know,
it.
drink
they-
water,
You
those
can
people.
you can lead a
Those
horse
people,
to
that's
water,
me.
but you can't get him to drink
France
it.
education.
It's a good thing
Yeah,
I
that's
can
Justin and Matt, in my opinion. I wanted it more.
Okay. Skyfire, you wanted to share something. The floor is yours.
Yeah, pre-merge was. I remember having fun. I hated watching it back, specifically when I was on screen. Like I think everyone knows this at this point that I did not play well, and I'm very very ashamed of how I was playing it and how I acted during that entire thing. Like,
I mean, it's half and half. I mean, I don't want you to beat yourself over it because, like, you made merge. There are some people on your tribe who did not, do that, and
Like
you know, like Mia got out, Matt got out. I guess if you want to count Baxi.
I
And-
mean more like in the case of I don't like who I was during that. Like I watching it back, I'm just being like, oh my god, I can see why so many of the people in this like still have a bad impression on me, and why I left the community for a little while because I couldn't get into any of these anymore because I would just get voted off first because everyone I was just like one of those people that I guess was notorious now because of how annoying I was.
I feel bad. Like if part of that reason is because of how like I'm editing and like portraying you, I do apologize for that.
No, it was more of like how I acted during the recording. The actual episodes coming out now, nothing to do with it. That was like after.
Okay.
I mean, I will say.
kind of,
Oh, sorry.
Chip?
I kind of like fell a little bit in the same boat as Sky, and mainly because I got a little hyper. I was getting tired, and I get hyper when I get tired. It's weird. But yeah, I took a break after that too because I was thinking back on it. I'm like, I got a little too into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
So I just took a step back from the survivors too.
no,
And I will
it's
say, though,
good.
like,
I
don't
created it.
put, and I will say though, like, don't put all of it on yourself either. All right, listen, I'm a famed Chip defender. All right, if Chip has no fans, that's because I'm not here anymore. So,
Oh, man.
we've been seeing in this episode that like Chip has been catching heat for like pretty much existing, which is a little off-putting to me, where Finola just kind of like assumed how Chip was playing and how if she was annoying or not, which I mean is a part of the game, right? You can't avoid it.
I feel like
But I feel like I feel like you surviving this vote, I mean, it will lead to you being tired in later episodes. Like, I mean, I think we can talk about that, right?
Yeah, that's
The
fine.
cruel.
But I think it gave you the
cruelness.
I think it gave you the time you needed with other people. We'll see how your relationships continue to develop then.
Well, the thing with
Yeah,
Chip that I
I do
like.
think I showed more of my. I can play cool-headed and think things through, and I can see lies when I know them.
Yeah, and that
as opposed
like,
to my hyper attitude in the beginning.
Because something I totally forgot about when doing this is that for some people it was their first Minecraft game show, but for everyone it was their first recorded. So for those who don't know, when people host Minecraft survivors or Minecraft game shows and they're not doing it on YouTube, they save a lot of time because they don't need people need to. I don't like if I'm hosting an unrecorded, I can teleport them to the challenge, explain it, and we can do it. I have to teleport them the boxes, have them walk in, have them stay still, let me explain the challenge like for the show. Then we have to explain it in detail. Then we have to do it, and then we have to do the walk out shot and like the immunity idol, and like giving like your tribe is safe and your tribe is going to tribal council, so you're at camp. So
are you saying that your recorders are not ADHD friendly?
JoMaH! God.
So
I know galaxies aren't.
And on top of that, it's I guess not technically ADHD friendly. These are teenagers. These are kids. Some of them you can see it.
Cough, what?
There's a replay shot at tribal council that I recorded that I could not use because later into vote reading and into tribal council questioning, Pi gets up and starts hopping around on the torches. And,
oh my God.
And you watch back the episodes, especially when like I'm saying, "Come on in, guys." Yortis,
I would do that shit too.
They're kind of like wind-up toys,
Yortis,
Wait,
Pi,
Did I not do that kind of shit?
and Skyfire.
No, we placed that Pepsi pose.
I remember doing stuff.
I would call
y'all
my
see-
bunnies. Those were the bunnies of the season. They just kept on hopping. And at merge, Skyfire places Pepsi cans all over the camp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Skyfire, please give me just
I
one
did that
shot.
I will
One
say those
shot.
Pepsi cans were my favorite part of the season.
Yeah, I'm
littering
just
was
tired I never made it in.
The government got us
Come on,
on us for littering, dude.
I do have to go in a minute.
No, what about when
but-
we were wearing them, dude? That was awesome.
I do have to go in a minute, but can I just say like what my favorite
Of
thing
course.
this season was? Real quick?
Of course, yeah.
I think it's funny because it's at the very beginning. My favorite part of the season so far, at least like what I've done, is where I see the immunity necklace in Maroon, and I'm just like,
the shopkeeping.
I still love it because I'm
Ew.
just like, I hate Theo, so I'm not good at. So I'm like, oh, the immunity thing. Nope, I'm not dealing with this dude.
Oh
like,
my
just
god! And
if it was
and-
anyone else in there, I would have taken it. But because
then
it was
your
Theo,
t-
I'm like,
oh.
ew.
And then Yortis
literally-
gets up, and you're like, "Oh, where was that?" Or like, "I wish I got that." So, oh, that's funny.
It
The
kind of had the
shopkeeping.
butterfly effect because people on Yortis' tribe thought he was like selfish or something, right?
No, they did.
No,
The people.
No, I was the selfish one because I was biased against Theo.
No. But like the
No,
thing
no,
is,
but,
because you didn't take it, right? Like, let's say Theo wasn't
many
there and you took it.
confessionals.
It
if
might have
you
been
get
different
it-
because
If you get the necklace, Yortis has no opportunity to get it because you got there first. So when Yortis gets to the founder's tribe and like has the necklace, I think Pi gets upset by this. C-Dude gets upset by this.
Well, that's stupid.
It's half and half because you're going into this reward challenge where it's sort of say, hey, listen, here's the stuff you bought. Use it to make a camp for a big advantage in the first challenge. And Yortis says, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy the necklace for myself. So it is a little selfish. And
Our base was better.
At the same time, then they should have bought it for themselves.
it's half and half.
Duckweed got paid off. Let's just say that.
here's the
Duckweed
thing,
might have
right?
gotten paid
Duckweed
off.
all right. Duckweed's a doctor, all right. So he knows something that we don't.
To be fair,
right?
though,
The
Fanola on the founder's tribe, who has the advantage, misses like the first jump. So to be fair, the advantage gets a little bit nullified in a sense where they have to wait for Fanola. So I
can't criticize anyone for missing a jump. Let's all admit it right here.
yeah.
No, but can we acknowledge though that your completion of that challenge was the hypest thing of the pre-merge? I think, like at least in call, at least maybe not. I don't know. I'm struggling. To
I
think of,
yelled
like,
at
a
y'all.
TV
I
moment.
told you all to
But
shut
like,
up.
No, it was
we were
slow motion.
So,
We used
were
some
like
slow-mo shots
yelling
for
and
that.
so loud in call when we won that challenge. With like the ninja ramps on it.
It was.
And that was.
I thought there was a very good
Yeah.
chance I was going home, so I was celebrating. I was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
I
and
just didn't want to
Del-
get caught in a lie.
Yeah, me
Oh,
and
my
Del during
confusion.
production, during this, we were sort of going through our head, and after the season, we actually talked to him about it. We were like, shouldn't Justin be on parkour for this? And I was like, shouldn't Spot like I when I saw that ship in Ares, and no offense to you guys, but
I did.
I value the parkour a lot more, and I think you guys value the puzzle a lot more. To where I would have put Justin on this parkour, and I think that's what the pioneers or the founders did. They put C-Dude and Pi, and they're able
I
to
mean,
do
the
it like
Fishers figured out the puzzle.
May I
Yeah.
ask something, by the way?
Yeah, but they
Yeah, you're
looked at
good.
it early is the thing. They weren't
Uh,
supposed to do that.
I don't remember which challenge this was because through this entire season I've been
Nine
getting
cards.
it. Okay, yeah, because I've been getting this and Galaxies mixed up very like a whole
Very similar
bunch.
seasons.
I know, and they were
Bye-bye.
recorded
It
near the
was
same
me
time, and
Checking
they.
at the parkour.
Okay, yeah, that's like all I remember like from the episode is that Chip was doing the parkour, and then like some of us were doing the minecart, and I don't know how many times we screwed up the minecart. I think it was like 3.
It might have been 4.
Once, I thought with me, at least with me, I think it
2.
was only once.
No. I think you guys only messed up twice, but it was back to back. The founders messed up a little bit here and there, and you guys win by seconds. So
I do remember there being multiple times where me and Spoders, were you on like the fishing rod people?
I was the one who was like just let him do the corners.
Okay, I think I remember like me, you, and whoever was there doing some like amazing trick shots and somehow not fucking those up.
Y'all made me fly at the end. Y'all made me fly.
Like, didn't we do like a bunch of like trick shots and stuff and gain a whole bunch of time?
Shots, yeah.
Yeah, we gained like a bunch of time from that, didn't we?
Yeah, you guys cut it close, but it definitely paid off because you guys, I think, beat the Pioneers by like maybe like 10 seconds to where like you guys, I think if you guys, no, like I'm not trying to say you guys are bad here, but I think if you guys hit another incorrect rail by accident, I don't know who would win that challenge because both tribes had it at like the last second. Actually, no, I think you guys would have won because Pi left one of the letters in the chest.
Oh, I forgot because I know Aries was saving
Did
this
that
for
make
the
the episode?
podcast.
I made like
the question thing.
It does actually.
Do you want me to say it or do you want to? I don't know. I don't want to over you.
Aries mentioned like why I did end up playing the thing for spotters. I can't be 100% certain because it's been a long time and I have bad memory. But if I remember correctly, it was purely because like someone was screaming at me to do it, and I knew it.
Oh my god!
And at the time, I was thinking more of if I did this, are people like gonna like not hate me after the game is over or whatever? And I was thinking more like if I didn't do it, then would I basically like never go to the end of it in real life?
Player worth saving.
Well, yeah, you were my ally, but because of all the panic, I was mainly thinking like, is this gonna affect me outside the game? Like, is everyone gonna genuinely hate me more outside of the game?
I think we were getting like as close as you can to Pogs on YouTube as we were in the live chat this episode.
I know. I'm just saying like during recording, I was thinking like it was like at a time where I thought too much about that, so I was panicking.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like people in the game are gonna have different opinions about you, but I mean, it sucks because some people are like this. For where if this happened in another recorded I was in, I played an unrecorded with someone. I voted them out in that unrecorded, which led to them targeting me off rip in a recorded. And I had no idea. So I do feel your pain, Skyfire, in the sense of like, I need to sort of watch out how I'm playing each game because,
Yeah. I will say, I do have that Marcus guy who I'm pretty sure is Floop in this server. The reason he and his brother hate me so much and in the season is because I voted him off in a scrapped recorded.
Yeah, and
like
and
pro is.
It's crazy. I got targeted recently for the handbook thing. Like I don't know if the viewers know. I made like a little handbook thing. It was for fun.
Oh God.
But
yeah,
I mean, reputation matters.
I think the biggest thing about your handbook is that you included other players and
the player rankings. That's what like
everyone wants to know what other people think about them. So I think that's what really
that was like brutally honest.
Made it as popular as it is.
Wait, what is the handbook?
So I'm in like a survivor thing, right? Like I got really down recordings.
Anyway,
list of players and strategies. Yeah,
I'm not letting. Yeah, you got to yap in the episode, Aries. I'm not letting you yap in the podcast.
Speaking of which, I wanted to talk about the player introductions for the merge. We got a lot of the same stuff, and then we got Aries yapping, and I felt very dumb rewatching this because it is in the episode. It is very obviously clear that like none of this stuff is true. No one builds, no one puts spikes under bridges and reattaches limbs in third world countries.
Can you
But
believe that
did I?
shit?
But did I? But okay, did I
Was
completely
I the
believe
only
it?
one
Probably
that-
not. But did I like? Did I think he was lying? Not. Also, probably not. I felt very. Listen, my social awareness isn't. I might be good at Survivor, but my social awareness isn't the best ever. You know.
I
So when
don't-
I came into
Uh,
this season, I made like a troll app basically. Like I didn't actually think I was gonna get on. In my application, I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna write the stupidest shit ever. It's gonna get thrown out, but I'm probably gonna get like 2 laughs or whatever. And then I remember like JoMaH had messaged me or something. He's like, "Oh my god, are you actually like an anti-homeless engineer or some shit like that?"
Okay,
And then I did the
no,
interviews
I'm
or
gonna
whatever.
butt in. So I did not say that. Aries,
you did.
I'll be. Why you weren't even there? No, okay.
Yes, I was.
No, Wyatt. I'll say 2 things about production wise. For the form, Google form wise, I don't mean to. I'm okay with saying this. Aries ranked lowest because he basically submitted a troll app. You know, I could sort of tell like, yeah, Aries, little Timmy has like an arm that needs to be reattached.
Moral of the
Yeah,
story: submit
not-
troll apps everywhere you go, people. It'll get
But-
you on.
See, like,
but because of the
the whole
theme,
reason I didn't like Aries was because I didn't hear the whole arm reattachment thing. I only heard the anti-homeless thing, and I didn't realize he was playing a character. So that just rubbed me the wrong
But
way.
also, I wanted like the viewer to like sympathize with the anti-homeless person, right? Like, I wanted like to have a really crazy backstory, and for people to be like, "Yeah, I could see your point on homeless people and why they should like."
The main-
I don't know
I have
who
to
would
go
ever
now,
think that.
so I will see you guys later. By
I
the
thought
way,
that
was
I have to
good.
head out.
I'm
Alright,
glad
see
you
you
enjoyed
later.
episode 2. But
But no, that marked my beginning hatred of Aries.
yeah, and it gets shown in the
We all
first
get yours.
episode where Chip and Skyfire are sort of butting heads. And I think the funniest moment out of the Pioneer's introduction is it goes into Aries' like introduction after Chip, and Aries is like, I hate this tribe. I can't believe Chip, who has a real occupation as a phlebotomist, but says like she's a vampire sometimes for fun. Aries always says, I don't know who would, in their right mind, use a fake occupation for this. As soon as he says that, anti-homeless
forgot.
engineer
He said lobotomist. He thought I said
shows up
lobotomist.
as soon as you say that. But the main reason Aries gets an interview is because like we wanted to try and see, could we do a theme with all new recorded players? And then once we sat down Aries and sort of said like, yeah, your application's a joke. But then Aries started talking with us, especially about game talk, and he opened up about what he kind of does outside of Minecraft Survivor, like college major stuff like that. I'm not going to share it, but we got to see Aries as a
Anti-homeless
storyteller,
architecture.
and that was the biggest thing that we valued. We valued characters, people who weren't afraid to tell stories, and we saw that in all of you except Wyatt. But we saw that in all of you. And Aries actually, I think, scored top. I'm not sure if he scored the highest, but he was one of the highest ranked interviews and one of the lowest. So, although the form did not matter for Aries, if the theme doesn't exist, I don't think we see Aries on Frontier. So, I'm really glad that.
Incredible.
And Wyatt, not to mention, Wyatt almost got taken off the cast 5 times because
Oh my god.
I was building the season out. I would join a voice call with Wyatt and hang out. I would just be on mute, or like I would just be like building. I'd say like, "Oh, Wyatt, I'm on Minecraft. You can't join." Wyatt just was in a mood. He just would yap and try to agitate me, and I was very tempted to be like, "Hey, Wyatt, you know how your interview of like Frontier's going, right?" He's like, "Yeah."
Can you check DMs?
I'll check DMs. But
Bro,
Wyatt
I've
said
been trying to get
basically-
Joe to check DMs for days now. You're not getting any luck with that.
Did Joe will like okay, you know what, like Marcus
blocking
Red or
Wyatt.
something? He'll do that. He'll not check his messages at all, and he'll like ignore you completely.
I do.
John,
what I
did you
would
see
call
With the interviews,
mentally-
I find it funny because Joe, didn't you not want to interview me because you thought I was being legit serious?
Another
about
chip
being a
hater.
vampire?
This is incredible.
Wow.
No, I didn't.
Someone didn't want to because they thought I was like legit about the vampire thing.
No, I don't
When
think
I'm just
anyone.
making it
No.
No, I was in the game, but I don't think so in like the
No,
No.
the interview. Someone said they didn't really want to interview me.
I don't. I don't think it was that. I think it was just a production member like had something else to do and said, "Hey, really, I really can't do this," and not as a thing of like I can't stand here doing the interview. It was more like they had to go. So no one wanted with all the interviews.
With
all the interviews, no one walked out.
The challenge things. You wanted me to do the challenge things, and you asked about my occupation to clarify a bit. And I told you, and you're like, "Oh, I thought you were being serious or something."
Also, when Aries
I
thought that a
apologize?
phlebotomist was a
You would
lobotomist.
I said that I
Honestly, you would be shocked how many people think I say lobotomist.
I did. I thought you were a lobotomist. I was like, you're stealing my thunder.
Wait,
JoMaH,
not carried out for 100 years.
What?
Can we ask you the question, JoMaH?
I'm pretty sure this is Australia.
No.
Yeah.
Aries,
Okay.
you rank me bronze 3 in handbook.
Sorry.
Okay,
Listen,
thank you,
get
Israel.
better.
But oh my, but yeah.
Gotta play the game, brah.
Just I guess
That's little kids.
Maybe we can get back to the episode because that's what the podcast is about.
I'm gonna get back to the episode. We hit an hour, so I'm gonna end it soon. But I'll answer some chat questions real quick. Chillin' Cool, yes. Wyatt telling Chip I voted you, smiley face, was a red herring. I don't know if he said this exactly, but what happened is that after
Isn't
the
it
votes,
foreshadowing though?
no, why? Because Wyatt doesn't vote Chip. What happened is that after the votes get read, Chip's like, why did you scare me like that? And so I basically knew like, okay, Wyatt definitely tried to get the idol misplayed, just like Fanola by saying, oh, play it on Chip, the votes are Chip, the votes are Chip. So yeah, that was a little funny. It seemed like fun fact, we had 2 vote-offs per tribe pre-merge. Yeah, we did. Technically we had 2 vote-offs. And it's weird. I like the tribes being balanced, but at the same time, I like that they're uneven at merge. I think that helped a lot. I went panic when I thought Fanola might have been lying. Voted me too. Yeah, that merge tribal was so goofy. It was a thing of just everyone trying to. Some people getting the idol play. I think you don't see this because the replay shots are used. Even Yortis is typing in like the Minecraft chat to play the idol on Wyatt. So Skyfire is like having like 17 people yell at him on where to play the idol, who to do this, and
whoever's the loudest, you know.
I know Aries. I thought because I had some people recorded their POV for audio, so I got Spotters' POV, and Spotters messages Skyfire, but we're bros, and then 2 seconds after that, Skyfire plays the idol. So I thought that the reason Skyfire plays the idol here is because for Spotters is because like, oh yeah, Spotters my bro. Spotters saved me. Spotters had my back in the pre-merge. I'll get him there. So I thought Aries is shouting. I mean, it helped, yes, but at the same time, I thought that he was really. I thought he was going to play it on Chip at first because Chip was saying, "Give it to me, give it to me." So
I'm liking Joe's timeline better.
Just gosh, if I could go back in time and change anything about Frontier, I just would make sure there's no. I would love to see how another challenge goes where, you know, Baxi doesn't walk in, that we have like another vote off just for more content. But I would not change Final 11 because this round, I did not. There's another recorded. It's been canceled. But Tunix at his merge has a double idol play. And
Season 2?
No, season 1 of Tunix recorded. It I think it got canceled, but I saw the merge episode. And what happens is that a player gets out 5 negated to 4 negated to 1. And as soon as this happened, I'm like, okay, this is just Tunix, especially because Tunix was in production watching, I'll say. But at first I thought, okay, this is just going to be Tunix. Like, this isn't different. But it really feels like it's a whole new game. And I cannot wait for you guys, the audience, the players know what happens, but for you guys, the audience, to see what happens in the next episode. With that, I'll let you guys close out. Is there anything else that you want to highlight? Anything that we went over? I feel like we got everything about this episode in the pre-merge.
I played a better pre-merge game than Aries Pink.
Damn, bro.
I'll let Azraelia talk. Azraelia, who do you think played a better pre-merge game, Aries or Wyatt?
Aries, put me in silver 2 and I'll say you play better.
All right.
Yeah, imagine
Alright,
having to negotiate for
wait, that's
silver.
I am seated man.
Okay, but with that, I think that's all we got. I know this episode's or this podcast's not going to be short, but I got food and I want
Press
to
the
eat it.
subscribe button.
Oh
for
wait, I
future
did want to
reaction
say
videos.
something. I did want to say something. I really like the fact that Frontier. And I know I've talked about this. Like, I like Chipster as a player personally. Like, I'm a very big Chipster. Like, I see a lot of like people like I guess
Two Chipster
stereotypical.
fans.
Well, here's the thing, right? I see a lot of stereotypical like female players, or like I see the same copy and paste person, and I really like that we have like these A-type female players, right? Like Chipster, like Finola, or whatever,
Finola.
right? Who are like not afraid to go in and like be different or whatever. It's such a breath of fresh air playing with these people, right?
Mhm.
And even
And-
Woomy to some extent, it's such a fresh
Yeah.
air to
Even
see
Woomy.
someone normal and a Minecraft survivor.
And
no offense.
even Mia, who Mia gets first boot, and
Oh my
I
God,
kind of
yeah.
felt bad that like
In both
Mia,
her.
I've been on
and-
the record saying that like I really wanted to work with Mia.
I think everyone did. Like Mia, like I think
Yeah.
it's because of that challenge. Like Mia was really good socially,
It
and
was mainly because she literally didn't know how the game Minecraft
Yeah.
itself worked.
And I feel bad because we weren't able to do that challenge interview with her because we had some last minute drops to where we had production say like, hey, listen, we could get Mia. And I'm like, Mia? And I was very on board for this because I wanted to try and get a balanced gender, I guess, ratio on both tribes. And after doing the interview with Mia, I liked her as a person. I said, yes, screw it. Let's put her on the cast. And although she got out first, someone like Mia, I'd love to bring back because at the end of the day, they're a storyteller, they're a character, they're a person. And, because we were able to get such these amazing people and we didn't just say, okay, well, Mia, you're a girl, we're going to put you on the cast. We don't care what you sound like or what you do. No, we actually interviewed her. And because of that, we got some really good characters like Chip, like Finola, like Woomy, who, are in the merge now. And, I don't know if you guys can tell already, but they're definitely going to be big parts of this merge. They're like Woomy this is her episode with the vote. Chip and Finola's names were both out here at Tribal Council. So overall, I wasn't trying to go for a diverse cast. I wasn't like, the main thing was I want storytellers, I want characters, I want first time recorded players. But I'm really thankful to the Frontier cast because despite me building the season, despite the good things I did building the season, besides the bad things, besides editing, at the end of the day, the cast is what majority makes up a recorded. You could have a great recorded, great builds, horrible cast. You can have a mediocre recorded, but have an amazing cast. So
Amazing.
thank you to Frontier. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a big fan, if you will.
And if you're Duckweed, you edge.
Okay. And with that, we're
Goodbye.
gonna end the stream. Duckweed, don't comment on my videos. But yeah, thank you guys, Castaways, for talking. I'm really happy that you've been able to come up here, share your thoughts, and not glaze me and be like, oh, JoMaH's the best host, but I'm glad that you're able to share your experiences. And to use the viewers, I cannot confirm when episode 6 is going to come out, but what I can confirm is that I will start editing it, and as long as Lucis want me to play Fortnite, it should come out in maybe 2 weeks. But we'll see.
Next Monday.
Okay, and with
Subscribe
that,
for better internet than pie.
True. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Take care. See you guys.
Kids.
Everybody, drop your buffs. We are switching tribes.
Oh, this GIF couldn't. This GIF doesn't get loaded now because they got the Gabler thing. That's annoying. I have a Gabler GIF. Okay. Bye, guys.